So welcome to another video on my channel. I've come to Spain for a test of the Ford Puma. Ford have done some really interesting things with this car and I'm really kind of excited by it, which is not what I expected. I thought I was going to hate the Puma, but I actually kind of like this one. So hit the subscribe button, let's have a little look around the car. So there's a lot of action in the background. You'll see cars passing by and things. We're at the lunch stop bit. Not lunch, breakfast or brunch or something. But this is the Ford Puma, and as you can see, I thought it was going to be a little bit bulgy here in the front, but actually it's not very bulgy. It's not as bulgy as you might think. When you come around the front, there's a look of a little bit of Aston Martin there, if you look carefully. And a little bit of Fiesta, a little bit of Jaguars there too. A touch of the I-Pace from the side profile of it. You look along the side. Love these alloys. These alloys are really nice. This is the ST line version of it. They're all got the 1 litre mild hybrid engine, which is very good. Rear end is actually quite nice to look at. It's a busy rear end. There's a lot of lines and stuff down along the bottom here. The word Puma is emblazoned right across the back of it, in a sort of Seat way, if you look at that kind of thing. The way Seat do it. The boot is where it's busiest, actually. The boot on these is really, really clever. So if I open it here, this is electric opening, but we had a manual opening yesterday. We have our stuff in the boot. This has a double floor, so inside this you will see a huge amount of space, and I'm going to show that in a cutaway now. We also have the mega box inside that as well. The mega box goes right down to the back of it. There's an extraordinary amount of stuff can fit in there. Back seat is plenty of room. As you can see, it's actually quite nice. It'll seat 4, handy enough. You would get 5 in. It'll be small. And the interior cockpit, although a little bit boring, because basically what you're looking at is the interior of a Fiesta, essentially, but it's got some nice new touches to it and it's really nice, very competent on the road. So when you sit into the car, you know well it's a Ford Fiesta in here, or you know it's based on the Ford Fiesta, but the car is actually wider and longer than a Ford Fiesta. But if I start it up, you'll see that I get this 12-inch digital display that's here. Now this is not standard, it's only standard from above titanium, so the ST line, this one I'm in here now, gets it as normal in Ireland. Unfortunately,
please proceed to the highlighted route and then the route guidance will start.
Thanks, love. Unfortunately, Ford are not bringing this digital display in on the lower end spec version of this car. So I'm very curious to see how that turns out, because that's very pretty. Really does lift the cabin quite a bit to see it in there, right? Driving dynamics. So we're going to have a little spin in the car as well. Ooh. It's got a proper handbrake, by the way, and I did use it yesterday quite a bit. It's really, really bad, but I did use it. It's nice. It works. So from a driving perspective, the car itself actually has quite a bit of power in it. This is the 155 horsepower. Now that's not coming to Ireland as far as I'm aware, not yet anyway. Yesterday we were driving the standard model with
in
the
300 meters turn right onto MA 3304.
With the lower powered, can I shut her up now? Yesterday I was driving the lower powered version of this car and it was actually really pleasant. It was a good car. The chassis is the same, so the gearbox is the same. Everything's the same, to just change the horsepower output of the car. It's broader on the road, it's wider, it's nicer to drive in every kind of way. This is a car I would probably own myself. Now the touchscreen here in the middle is actually quite good. I do like it. It's very bright, very clear. It's a very nice Ford Sync system again. It's got Apple CarPlay, it's got Android Auto, it's got all of the useful stuff you wanted to do, and it's able to do pretty much anything I need. You're not going to be left hanging around for overtaking. The car has plenty of power. Now if you go for the 155 horsepower, if you're in the UK, or if you're able to order it in Ireland, right, it's actually really nice. It's very pleasant. There's such a good torque vector in it. It does pull nicely as you're driving along the road. It does a really good job at trundling here and there. This new Puma is a car that doesn't do anything wrong. Ford have just nailed it for me on this car. They really have. They've done such a good job at getting this right. I really do wish that they would make a good go of selling the car and people would buy it. So I really do think that Ford have done a massively good job with this car. The chassis is so well sorted, engine is bang on as well. You're going to get good value from this car into the future. It is definitely worth a look in the showrooms of Ireland. Check it out, it's at your local dealership, already in some other version of this, but this version, this ST version, is the one I'd go for. I like the 155 horsepower. Maybe they'll bring it if I keep talking nice to them. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, I will see you on the far side. A little behind the scenes stuff, you know, I like to add this in at the end of the videos. So this is the brunch stop or lunch stop, I'm not sure which, but it's quite nice here. There's lemon trees. See, lemon trees. And other trees as well, it's very nice. But it's actually the view from here is the cool bit, you know. See, I get to some very weird spots, don't I? See, for miles, man, for miles and miles. It's lovely here. It's very stormy at the moment. We had a massive lightning storm last night here, and it's still very wet in the ground. Huge. So if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen the massive lightning storm as I came back with my glass of wine and an umbrella. Lovely day out, really good. And I'm going to get a cup of coffee and get going down towards the airport.
He was confident in him. Yeah.